All right, what's up, guys? Not much. Turbo manifold in, intake manifold in. Sounds like it's time to do some intercooler piping routing. Don't have an idea what I'm gonna do yet, but you know, we never do. Since last video, I have chopped out a little bit more of the trunk right there, and I made a little hole right there, and I also made a little hole right there. Look at that. So, I think, based off setting the turbo right here, that it should. We're gonna try to come through and then loop in. And then from here, we're gonna come out, shoot through. I don't know what we're doing here yet because I haven't cut anything. And then we're going up there. So, and I'm probably gonna put the blow off valve like maybe in here somewhere. So, turbo's installed. I didn't cut up enough. As you can see, we are hitting the top here. But this is what I kind of figured out doing something like this. If I set that maybe like right there, but we're gonna need to cut some more off down there on this and then weld this to the intercooler. But then maybe that should line up. The only problem is, I don't know if you can see that, but it's pointing a little too low maybe. But I need to cut this down here first before I cut more up here. Because what I might do is, I thought about doing this. If I angle this down and then do like a 45 out. So I have enough to do this. I have intercooler piping out of my ass. So I could do a 45 out or cut this up some more and do it straight out. So, I guess what we'll go ahead and do is cut this off and weld this on. So then that will work. And then for this side, I still need to figure that out. So let's throw a coupler on that side and let's try to figure this out from here up to there. And for the cold side, I slid on a 45 coupler that fits perfecto through our holo. Now getting up there. I think this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna 45 out and then kind of, I don't know, guess and check drill. Not really too sure. We'll probably just drill a hole, figure it out as you go. And then two, if I keep this pipe low enough, we'll come in over here. We'll probably have to weld on an angle there or something like that. Or maybe come up a little bit and bend this some more. I don't know, I'm only working with like pre-bent bends. So the thing is though, if I keep this low enough, the good thing is, like, if I keep this low enough, I can come, if I want to, I might just put a turbo guard on it. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But if I keep it low enough, if I keep it like down here, I can still like 90 out of here and build like an intake to go down there to get our fresh air. So our turbo gets cool air. So as long as I stay pretty level about like that, because even if I come up pretty high like this and curve in, I'm still okay. Because I can still go turn, I gotta delete this anyway, but we'll turn maybe like 45 out of here and then swoop down there like 45 down, something like that. Actually, that would work perfect. Just need some, I think, what is that, 4-inch? Yeah, that's gonna be big though. 4-inch and then 45 and 45 down there somewhere, catch some cool air. So I think this is gonna work. So I guess we'll, all right, so sliced off this edge. It is no longer there, gone. And the only thing is though, I think this angle might work now. I might not even need to, because this sits a little bit lower than I thought. Oh, I cut this too. So I cut that a little bit off because I guess that used to go out to like there. But when you sit this on there, and then we weld that sucker together right there. And so we got our pipe in. This is probably gonna sit more like that once it's welded. but it does clear. It's a little tight though. I might trim just a hair more out of there just to make it, you know, because just in case the engine might rock or something like that, but looks pretty good. So we'll have our intercooler pipe on this side. Guess we'll start on this one next, maybe cut a hole out over there, try to figure out our piping to the front, and then our exhaust is going to be here in the mail in a couple days. And we'll run that back over here, out of the back of the car. So I guess we're coming along pretty good, guys. So we cut a hole in here. Yeah, I know it's not the best cut. We're gonna clean the rest of this up later. I mean, we still gotta pull the engine out. We still gotta paint the bay. We still gotta do all this. You know what I mean. So, got two 45s that came with my intercooler kit. Let's pretend that's going through that back hole. What it looks like though is we probably are gonna need like a 45 to get straight. So, because I basically got a 45 here, and then I got a 40, I could 45 down there. So that will get me straight. So I guess that's looking good on this, but we're gonna be going through that hole, not this hole. This is just for demonstration. And then, switch hands. We're probably gonna 45 out of this, and then come back this way. But see, here's the problem here. I kind of looked at this for a second. If we 45 out of our intake manifold, the problem is this, the RBC is like not really, it's like a 15-degree angle, which kind of makes things difficult to make. So like, for example, if I came out of here and I 45'd, I need the pipe to be like this. But if you can see, if our pipe is straight, that's not gonna work, because you can't get like a coupler that's like a 15-degree coupler, and that's really what I need, is like a 15-degree coupler. But I don't think they make 15-degree couplers. I know they make 45, 90, and 30, but I need like a 15. So this is a pain in the beep, 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 beep. So it looks like what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to make some pie cuts and somehow like figure out how to get this angle right. Two, at the same time, I want to stay high enough so we don't hit our shifter cables either. So I guess let me go ahead and cut. Since I have two 45s, I'll 45 here, and then I'll cut the 45 that goes like down there to get us out into the engine bay. And then I guess we'll get back up with each other in a second. We'll see what we can do. So got our pipe in. Look at that right there, man. Look at that angle, guys. Man, this kid think he know what he doing, bro. He think he know what he doing. No, I really don't. This is what you call winging it. All right, so stuck that in there. That's in there pretty good. I just need to add a clamp to that. But see, we run through. We're not hitting or anything in here, so that's good. Let's come over here. And see, this is our problem here, what I was talking about. Because I got that clamped on there, just not that tight, but at least we kind of see. The problem is I can't make these two... I can't make this angle up, and realistically I need like a 15-degree piece. So there's two ways we can do this. We can either take a little dummy piece and slide this in there, and see, that's the angle I need. They don't make an angle, so what I could do is pie cut that and put a slice in there, or that's a second phase. Or I found an extra 45 I had laying around in the garage here. I could try to maybe get this in here and maybe cut this and like add this angle in here, but like cut halfway through the angle and try to do some math to kind of figure out what I need to do to get this in here. Because like, I don't know if you guys have ever made like pie cuts, but like basically, if I can get this in here real quick. When you make a pie cut, I don't know if you guys have used like math, but you can use your trig, cosine, and tangent. I don't know, probably don't remember that. You probably don't remember those from school, but you know your distance here because you have a 3-inch. You know you have a 3-inch pipe, and then if you measure your distance here, you can find out the angle down here that you need to cut. If you have your two, you know your distance here, you know your distance up here. If you can find out the angle down here, so then you can kind of find out your pie cut. Now, That's if you're doing it by hand. It's really easy if you just have a pie cut machine and you have like a lathe and you have like a bandsaw, stupid easy. But when you're at home, you know, obviously we don't have all that here. So there's a way you can do that. So I'm thinking either we're gonna throw a pie cut in there or we're gonna try this bend. So I guess what I'm gonna do is, since it's less welding if I use the bend, because then I just need a weld here and a weld here. But our next problem is too, if I weld all this together, can I get this whole pipe out? Or do I have to like, because that's another problem. Like, yeah, I can weld this together and I can make this work, but am I gonna be able to get the whole pipe out? Okay, jumping in real quick. I know a lot of people wanna know, how in the world would you make a pie cut sitting in your garage, and like, how could you accurately do this? Well, see, I'm doing this in the garage. I don't have any fancy like pie cut machines or tools or anything like that. You literally just need some tape, a marker, a saw, and a tape measure. Okay, so with basic math, let's just fly through this real quick. I know if you may not catch it the first time, wind the video back. So we know our distance of the pipe, or basically we know our diameter. So if we know our diameter, we can calculate the circumference of the pipe. That's easy. Okay, take your circumference, divide it by 4, all right? 2, make sure you have an angled pipe or a pipe that will sit flat. Like this pipe is not gonna roll. If I make a mark at the top, it will always be at the top. If I use a straight pipe, you know, that center could always, you know, be off or something like that. So I always use a pipe with a bend or a 90 or something like that. So you make a mark in the top center, right? You now know that you took your circumference and you divided it by 4. So if you measure from here to there and from here to there, you know you can figure out halfway, basically 180 degrees around the pipe. You're gonna need to make a mark here and a mark over here, which is exactly 180 degrees from the center section. So that's, if you know the circumference and divide it by 4, you can measure the distance here, distance there. So now, just for simplicity, say you wanna make a pie cut with 1 inch on one side, which you would just go up and measure 1 inch and then draw a line. You're gonna take your line and just make little marks 1 inch all the way around this thing. So now we have a black line that's 1 inch all the way around. If you want, you can use your tape to tape it off and draw a line like this. So now let's just imagine here that we have a line 1 inch all the way above this line. So now your pie cut part, you're gonna measure, you know you're 1 inch on this side, but now on this side, let's just say we want a 1/2 inch, just to make math easy in your head. So if we want a 1/2 inch on this side and 1 inch on this side, we already have our black line going around. We need to measure up 1/4 inch from this bottom line, and then from our top line, we need to come down 1/4 inch. That will give us basically our middle distance of a 1/2 inch. So from the bottom line, you're gonna make a cut like this, and then you can mark that, and then you're gonna make a cut like this. So then you know you have your pie cut center section that you need, because this side will be 1 inch. And then since you made a cut this way and you made a cut this way, you'll have your 1/2 inch section on this side, and it'll slide right into your, you know, basically if you're trying to make that distance between the pipe. That's how you do it. You can also figure out, since you know that you have a 1/2 inch in the middle on this side and you have 1 inch on this side, if you cut this in half, you can figure out your angle on both sides of these with some trigonometry here, like using your sine, cosine, tangent parts. You can figure out your distance there and then figure out your angles. It's not that bad, but quick math, okay? That's how I'm gonna do it. So I'm just gonna make some lines and we'll cut it out. So, all right. And now we got it, see? Look at that cut. Look at that, right perfect in there. Like, look at the angle there. Cut back here is good. And I know this isn't like lined up, because I know you're gonna be like, I see a gap. No, that's just, the gap is right. It's just, I have the pipe just sitting in there. Just because I don't have like clamps or anything to actually hold it. It's not welded, so I can't like hold it and record. But yeah, so it's just sitting in there. But as you can see, the cuts came out like perfectly. So that's what you kind of do. If you need to make a custom cut, you can see that the cut came out, you know, dead even. If you just do a little bit of math, figure it out. But yeah, so cold side is complete. Last but not least, we need our nice tile blow-off valve. This is another thing. I kind of wasn't sure where to place it, because I kind of wanted to put it here, but I don't want to hit this either because it'll probably fall. Or I could put it like here, The only thing about putting it here, if it blows off, I'm gonna hear it because I'm sitting like right in there. So this blow off valve would be like right behind my head, which that would sound kind of cool. I might put it there. I don't know, because I could put it here, and that'll still give me some room for like the turbo piping if I want to get some cool air from down there. But not sure. Here, there, like it would look cool right there on the top. So it's like you could just pop the hood and be like, ooh, there it is. But then that kind of like, I can't run an intake pipe over here anymore. So that kind of kills that. So, all right, guys. I guess we're going to wrap this video up. Intercooler piping is basically done. Just need to do a circle weld on there and probably a circle weld there if I can get this whole pipe out. I don't know if I can get it out because I'll need to pull the whole thing out without like without actually taking it apart. So if not, you'll see a weld here and there will be a V-band clamp there. But if not, if we can get it apart, and if we can get it the whole thing out, I'll just weld all this together and then we'll basically our intake pipe will be done. But all right, guys, next video, not sure what we're doing. Actually, we probably are fabbing our exhaust soon. That probably will be the next video. We'll probably go get our turbo on, get all this stuff, and then we'll probably just weld up our exhaust, come out. Either we'll do a hood exit or maybe we'll come through the trunk. But all right, guys, later.